position to be in. It's going to get very terse in that building.
Mahomes down the field, yes! And he's up and in, bouncing off the ground for the touchdown. Tyreek Hill.
Allen faking the handoff. He's going to swing it again towards the end zone. Wide open is Brown. Touchdown.
Yo, Protest fans, what's going on? It's your boy Protest Sports. I'm back with another one, man. As you can see, I'm at work. Getting that work in. Workout. So no, what's going on with y'all, man? I hope we're having a blessed Saturday morning, man. I'm blessed, man. God gave me another day, man. So I'm ready to grind, man. Ready to make some things shake on these streets. But yeah, man, today is Saturday. So I just want to bring you guys a video, an FTF episode. Fix This Franchise. You know, it's my segment on my channel when I put my GM hat on and I give you guys my opinion on the franchise, what's going on with the team, and how I would fix it personally. And today's team is a team I hate. I hate this team. I hope they're bad forever. They stink. I hope they continue to stink forever. And that's the Dallas freaking Cowgirls. So no, the Dallas Cowboys. Saw Dallas Cowboys football today. They're pretty bad right now. They're desperate for injuries. They have a lot of issues, the coaching issues, a whole bunch of stuff going on. So I will start with the roster, how to fix this team with the roster side of things, then the coaching staff, and then the actual front office. So let's start the roster. So put my GM hat on. Fix This Franchise episode number 6 or 7. Don't know which one it is, but you'll know in the title. So let's start with the roster real quick. We have Dak Prescott, their star quarterback on the franchise tag, $31.5 million. He's going to come off a nasty ankle injury that he suffered in week 5 versus the New York Giants in the third quarter. Logan Ryan kind of ties Dak up. Ankle gets rolled up on, and you hear it crack, and it's just bad. And the thing was seeping out of his skin. It was just, oh gosh, it was bad. So Dak Prescott did suffer a compound fracture and a dislocation in his ankle. He'll be out about 6 months. So from 6 months from the injury, you're looking at October, you're looking at November, December, January, February, March, April. Looking about April, around the draft. He should be open. So he should be good for the next season, right? But his contract expires. So what would you do? You comment below. What would you do? Would you pay Dak his contract? Would you tag him again, or would you let him walk? To me, if I was the Dallas Cowboys, it's a tough one. They weren't good with Dak this year. They have been great the last few years. The last really good season they had was, 2018? Give or take? 2018? I think. And even then, I think they only went like 10-6. They won a playoff game. That was about it. I'm probably going to let Dak walk. I know that's been kind of controversial, but let Dak walk. Dak wants $40 million. Can't afford to pay him $20 million. And I'm blowing the team up. I'm going to get younger and going to get a lot cheaper labor. That's how I'm going about it. So you first let Dak walk. You get whatever compensatory pick you're looking for. Or you have another option which you can tag and trade him. I'm actually more for that option, but it's going to be kind of hard to tag and trade a player come off an injury like that. So you probably want to decide to let him walk, but you get my point. Either walk or tag or trade him. So after that, you have a void quarterback position. So you have to draft a quarterback. I think the Cowboys are the top 5 pick. So they're going to better take a Justin Fields or a Trey Lance. They won't be able to get a Trevor Lawrence, unfortunately, but they'll get one of the other 2 quarterbacks that are sitting there in the top 5, top 10 in this draft. So that fixed the quarterback position right there. Number 2, I'm trading Amari Cooper. You're getting $20 million this season, and he's not doing anything that's really significant. And he's inconsistent. He's always been inconsistent. That's who Amari Cooper is. So I'm taking his inconsistent ass and trading him. Getting what I can. Maybe can recruit my first round pick. I doubt I will be able to. but he's shown some really good production. So if it's a team like Pittsburgh, for example, that just really needs someone to complement Deontay Johnson and Juju Smith-Schuster, but I think they have Chase Claypool, so I think they're fine. Let me stop lying. Who needs a number 2 receiver? The Green Bay Packers. There you go. The Green Bay Packers with Devontae Adams and nothing else that's really elite outside of him. I like Adam Lazard. I like MVS, Marquez Vantez-Scantling. I like them. I don't love them. I'd rather go get Amari Cooper. As inconsistent as he is, he doesn't have to be number 1 in Green Bay. So him and Devontae Adams would be a nice duo. In my opinion, I think it's a pretty good duo. So maybe a team like that is wide receiver needy. You might can recoup your first-round pick because it's a late first-round pick too. So you're drafting more like in the second round than the first round. But hey, why not? So you'll be able to recoup your first-round pick, trade to a team like the Packers, a wide receiver needy team that's in that late 20s range, that's a playoff team. You can trade into one of those teams. And I think you'll be fine. And I think you'll be fine because you have CeeDee Lamb, you have Michael Gallup. You can go get some more depth. You don't really need a great receiver behind those two. You just need a guy who can get open. So, next, I'm trying to move DeMarcus Lawrence. That's another thing I want to do. I'm moving Tank Lawrence. Tank Lawrence to me is a huge disappointment. Coming off the 10-sack season after he got paid. Before he got paid. After he got paid, he only gave you 5.5 sacks last year. I think it's a 1.5 sacks this year. He's just disappointed, man. Extremely disappointed in my opinion. It could be the scheme, could be the fit. But see, when Chris Richard was there in 2018, he had 10.5 sacks. So that can't be a thing. Last year he had 5.5. So he fell off. I mean, he fell even worse this year. So I'm trying to move Tank Lawrence, man. And that's the only 2 contracts I'll be trying to move. With not paying Dak and you moving those 2 contracts, that saves you about almost $70 million of cap space. It's a lot of cap space. So what I would do with it is I will go get the best pass rusher available in free agency that's coming off a rookie deal. I don't want no one in their 30s, nothing like that. You already traded Everson Griffin, you got rid of Dante Pro. Got rid of the old guys. Get rid of the older guys or the underachieving guys. That's what you do. At this point, you have 2 first-round picks. For D-Law, you can trade him. I think you'll get like a 3, 5, and a 7, and maybe a player. I think you'll get a haul, but you won't be getting a first-round pick for DeMarcus Lawrence. It's a really pass rush needy team. Maybe like the Colts, because outside DeForest Buckner, they don't have much. Maybe a team like that could maybe use DeMarcus Lawrence, and they'll be willing to give you some draft capital for him. Some decent draft capital at least. They gave up a first-round pick for Defoe, so they're willing to trade draft capital to go get an impact player. I think Tank Lawrence could be that, just not in Dallas. I think he needs a new change of scenery. So move on from Tank Lawrence, move on from Amari Cooper. Jalen Smith is fine. I'm fine with him being there. Leighton Vanish is fine. That's pretty much about it. Just those 2 guys, and get drafting a quarterback. I would hire a young offensive mind to be my head coach, either Eric Bieniemy. So I'm going to coach that part of things. I'm either hiring Eric Bieniemy or Kevin O'Connell, someone about ilk. Young offensive mind, let them get the quarterback they want, and let them groom themselves together, let them grow together as one. Another contract I might move might be Ezekiel Elliott too. Just as a quick side note. And you can hire a defensive coordinator if you're that head coach, like a Gus Bradley, or I think Vic Fangio doesn't have much time in Denver. I think you can probably go hire Vic Fangio. I think Vic Fangio might be fired this year. You can go get Vic Fangio to be your defensive coordinator. Even a guy like Vance Joseph, someone like that. You can sign him another team, or you can just promote Jim Tomsula. I think that's fine too. He's a really good defensive line coach. He was a solid defensive coordinator in San Francisco days too. So Jim Tomsula is a nice promotion for him. And then you're the offensive coordinator yourself, so you don't have to hire an offensive coordinator. And then you still have a guy like Bill Callahan, your offensive line coach. You get your line back. The only thing you should keep intact on the roster, just to get back on the roster, right, is your offensive line, Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb. I'm iffy on Zeke right now, honestly. But Zeke for now, fine. Because you're going to probably need a run game. And then Leighton Van Der Esch, Jalen Smith. And you got to ride with the young corners, too. You really miss Byron Jones, don't you? So it was a bad move letting him walk, man. It was a bad move. Should never did that. Bad move, Cowboys. Bad move. Not for the front office. Jerry Jones needs to hire a legit GM. That's it. Stephen Jones isn't great, and he's not a great GM either. They're just middle-of-the-road GMs who keeps their team average or a little bit above average. In some seasons, they're pretty good. So, that's pretty much about it for me with the Dallas Cowboys. Comment your thoughts on that. Let me know some other things you might do. Would you trade Ezekiel Elliott? Would you keep Dak? Would you pay Dak a bunch of money? Would you try to keep trying to win? Or would you just retool? We're not going full rebuilding mode. If you went in full rebuild mode, you'll be trading Jalen Smith. You'll be trading all your pieces. But just getting rid of those two enormous, underwhelming, underachieving contracts, you can start rebuilding this team pretty quickly and you'll be fine. Because if you don't pay Dak and then you get rid of those two guys, you save a ton on your cap. So that's going to do it for me, man. Like, comment, subscribe, if you're new, man. Turn on post notifications. Okay, post this sports video. Put God first, as the way they say with this COVID-19, man. All men, the most athletic, Italian sport choice. When you're a professional on the field, technically sound, fun, sound. You was always overcome the lack of talent, athletics, hard work, and dedication, man. Protect finish strong like always. Have a great one. Catch you guys on the next one. Comment your thoughts, man. Let me know what you think about these Dallas Cowgirls and their issues. Fix this franchise. Dallas Cowboys episode is over. Please, guys, comment your thoughts. Peace.